Alright folks, welcome back to Dilling's Outdoors. And today we figured we had the bright idea that we're gonna do a catfish stew for y'all. We do ours a little bit different. I actually got on YouTube and learned and picked up the process of some other ones, but we're gonna make it the way we make it, the way I was taught from my dad, and I think he learned from his dad. But we do a white catfish stew. We put a little different stuff in it than what most people do, which, like I said, this is the way I was taught, and y'all might would enjoy it, so we figured we'd share it with y'all. But Tabby's cutting up the eggs, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with frying our bacon. So need some scissors. You can find some scissors. She's cutting up the egg. Where they at? But like, not everybody probably, or nobody probably don't put egg in theirs. We put egg in ours. So, and ours isn't really, ours is a little thicker, but when it comes down to the end of it, you'll see, that's kind of how the thickness of it can really be left up to how you like it. So, this is your standard bacon though. We take a whole pack. I found the simplest way to do this in this situation.
The big pot, then we do 2
Yeah, if we do a bigger pot, we do 2 packs. But I just take scissors and just cut your bacon up. So nothing hard. The ingredients are very easy. We'll show y'all once we start adding ingredients in and how we do ours. We'll show you what we add. So it's bacon cut up. I would like to learn a recipe on a red one. I've watched like several videos on it. We're going to have to try it. A lot of people are crazy about the red catfish stew. You don't hear too many people talk about white.
Wow.
And we're doing, got a little bit bigger pot than me, but we're only doing a pound of catfish today. So, finish this bacon up. The eye's already on. And so she's dicing up now an onion, and once we get all this bacon cooked down and get it going, really not much to it after that. I think this is really your hardest process, other than the fishing part, catching fish and cleaning them. But you see she got, I think you see them, but she got an egg. She's doing 2 onion. You got,
I did 3 eggs.
or 3 eggs, excuse me. 1 can of whole kernel, that depends on the size pot you do, but you got 1 can of whole kernel, 1 can of sweet corn, and any kind of instant mashed potato of your choice. You could use real potatoes. It's just a lot easier and a lot faster. We'll show you in the video though when it gets that time, but your potatoes, your instant mashed potatoes, how we do it, that's what kind of your thickener is. This type is not a real runny like a soup. It's a thicker, but you can make it basically as thin as you want or as thick as you want it.
We just don't like it runny.
Yeah, I like mine to be have a little thickness to it. So So that's the only difference, but you can play with it and do it yourself. You choose to try this yourself. So, and instead of putting instant, you might just choose to put regular
Diced up potatoes.
diced up potatoes in it. So let me wash my hands. So be right back with you. Hold on. I need to wash my hands, get that bacon day off of it.
Oh, I put it on a large burner.
It don't matter.
Yes,
Either
deep
one.
pot.
No. Had that minute, it didn't. So to get it started anyway. Little Gunner, he's
We're not getting a shower.
back. Little Gunner, he's back. He's got my phone. He's actually watching YouTube, the kids one, so he's watching tractors. His favorite thing is to watch tractors. That's what he loves to do. But we'll get this bacon started and get it going, and then we'll try to speed this process up for you and show you a little bit faster. Alright folks, we've got the bacon going. We don't cook it all the way through. You don't want to cook it all the way through. One important step is you leave all that good nasty stuff that ain't good for you, but it is the good stuff. You don't drain nothing. So she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna put the catfish in there. That's one important step, is we don't drain nothing. You fry the bacon all in one. You don't drain the bacon grease from it or nothing. Very carefully when you add the water, because there is grease in there. You add that little bit of water, which is bacon grease, is a little different than if you were to add, you know, water to a pot or grease on the stove or something. So now what we're going to do is you bring this to a good simmer, and you're going to let that fish cook down, and you're going to let everything simmer for a little while. Once it gets that simmering point, and that's when you go in and you add your other ingredients. So, but probably I'd say good 20 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Tops, yeah.
20 minutes at tops. Get it to a good
7 or
simmer and
8.
let it simmer.
Yeah.
So. Alright, it's simmering. Looking pretty good. We can go ahead and add in our onion and egg and the 2 style of corn. And we like I said, we use cream corn and we use regular kernel corn. You put a can of each. If you do a bigger pot, then you add 2 cans of each. If you do a bigger pot than that, you just keep adding, just like you would with your bacon, how much bacon you add to it. So I went and put the cutting board up, but I'll stir in. She's gonna mash the thing. Right now it don't look like what most people would think, but
They come out in a can.
yeah, it's a kernel off of the piece, but you'd be surprised. It's really good. It's different. Like I said, I've watched several different videos, and I've not seen anyone do catfish stew like this. This is how we learned to do a white catfish stew. What's wrong, son? But this is how we were taught, and we figured we'd share it. So I'm gonna set this back down on the tripod. But we figure out how we'd share how we do ours. So adjust the camera a little bit. Got to come a little up. I'm a little taller than my wife, so I got to adjust a little bit. But we figure we'd share it with y'all, and you know how y'all like y'all's is different. And maybe y'all want to try this. So there's more to come. We still got 2 more ingredients. She did say to remind me of it. We start off with 4 cups of water. After you fry your bacon and it gets down, you add your fish. She puts in 4 cups of water. There will be a cup of milk. I think a cup of milk.
Well, to loosen up the potatoes.
Yeah, and that helps when you add your instant potatoes. But it'll surprise you from what it looks like now, but it's actually starting to turn. Even sitting here with the fish, and you get it all stirred up. Cook. Now we're gonna put this back on simmer, and once it simmers for a little while again, then we'll add in our milk and add in our potatoes, and you'll see why it's a white catfish stew that we do. And then after that, and then after you put potatoes in, it's just cooking this a little bit longer, just on a real low heat. Then after you add the potatoes and milk in, but mouth watering, can't wait to get my hands on some. So, but it's got to get to the point now to let it simmer again. Got to do its process. So we'll put the top back on and let it cook up with everything else we just put in it for a little bit. Alright folks, one other ingredient I do add that some people don't, it's all to your choosing, is I add 2 tablespoons of garlic, and with the onion and the egg and the corn. I do add that, but that's just for our taste. So actually the recipe I was given don't call for garlic, but we put it in there. So, but we're gonna let it all cook together. Alright folks, Tabby's adding in a tablespoon of pepper. I put it together and I was trying to think of what I did now. Then there is a tablespoon and a half of salt and a half a cup of milk. And you can do the pepper, especially the pepper, you can do it your liking, and the salt. The milk, with a bigger pot you'll add a little bit more milk, a little less, it all depends. Just depends on how big of a pot you're doing. And then now you're going to gradually put in your instant mashed potatoes, and you're just going to work them in.
To your liking.
Yeah, to your liking, to your thickness. The only thing the potatoes do is it thickens it. So that's why I say, actually you could add probably some cut up diced tomato, not tomatoes, but
potatoes.
Potatoes, yes ma'am. And you could add diced tomatoes to this if you wanted to, which still wouldn't make it a red. It'd still be white, but this is the way we do it, and we just figured we'd share it. But like after you do it.
But when we fix our bowl, we add hot sauce to our own bowl.
Well, everybody does that, even with red, I do believe. Even with red, people add. No, I mean, I don't know, it's to your taste and to your like. I think a little more mashed potato, and that's really all it is. And then you'll let it cook in very slowly. You'll let it simmer. So, but I would say, yeah, right there. So it don't take a whole lot. It just sucks up some of the moisture, and then you cover it back up, let it cook on low heat, let it simmer. And you know, if you want to thicken it, you can. If you don't, then don't add any more. But just a little simpler and easier way that we found to do it, and I was taught to do it. So we'll let it simmer for a little bit, and we'll cut it back on. Alright folks, this is the final product. We'll let y'all see what it looks like. Gunner's in bed, so he's a little upset. I'm having to squat down a little bit because I think the camera got moved a little bit. But we'll do this right here. And I'll step back. But you can make it to your liking. You can add a little more flakes of instant mashed potatoes, or you can add chunks. That's just kind of how you want to do it.
To loosen it up.
You can add a little more milk. We like it kind of like that. It's not runny, but it's not thick like a paste. So one thing we have found, we picked up on a new thing our grocery store started carrying. Excuse me, is the Old Bay hot sauce, and they just got it in. So we've actually in the last couple of weeks, we started using it.
A week ago.
Yeah, a week ago. So I'm sure it's something that's been out there before, but literally our grocery store where we go to around here in these little small towns, this is something that they've got in new. We thoroughly enjoy it. So we love the Old Bay seasoning we put on French fries and everything else. So we've kind of picked up on it now. So You know, don't never forget your saltine crackers, you know. But either way, we hope y'all enjoy, and we make it the way we make it. We just figured we'd share that, and hope y'all will like it the way we do it. If not, you can make it however and add to it. There's no problem with adding anything you want to add to it, really. So, but we'd like to thank you for watching Dealing Outdoors, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the reminder, and hope y'all enjoy.